And welcome to JoyNews Desk. We're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemle. Coming up this morning, Defense Ministry dismisses reports suggesting it's issued directive for military officers fearing for stranded flood victims in Mepe to be withdrawn. We'll hear from the minister, who says they have rather deployed more men and resources to other flooded communities in dire need of their support. Also, in this bulletin, ahead of the NPP presidential primaries on November 4, JoyNews will be talking to delegates across the country to find out what influences their choice of candidate to vote for in our latest series, Fear Delegates. And Hosman Shoes donate sandals to pupils of Siru primary schools following JoyNews' Ghana's School of Shame documentary. We have details plus business all coming up shortly. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Do stay for details. Many thanks for choosing us. Ministry of Defense has dismissed reports suggesting it has withdrawn its men from one of the worst affected areas, Mepe, in the North Tong district. This follows reports that its officers stationed at Mepe in the North Tong district of the Volta region there to support victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage had been withdrawn from the area. Member of Parliament for North Tong, Samuel Okujetua Blakwa, who was earlier incensed about the report, said he was going to make sure the hidden faces behind the orders were exposed. Not long after that, he later shared a post saying the decision to move the officers from the ground had been withdrawn and the men were back in Mepe. But speaking on JoyNews this morning on the Super Morning Show, Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwul says, contrary to the reports, the military has rather redeployed the personnel and equipment to other distressed communities which are in dire need of support.
Ghana Armed Forces are not working in isolation. The supervising body in this particular operation is the Disaster Management, NADMO. And when the incident happened, you will know that there was a stimulation exercise at Mepe in April this year to prepare for a possible spillage. And so both the armed forces, NADMO and VRU, anticipated that there will be a problem like this and had prepared for it, including doing a stimulation exercise, a live stimulation exercise at Mepe. So the people themselves knew that there was a possibility this could happen. So when it happened, the armed forces moved with NADMO and the VRU onto the ground. In fact, the first day the Honorable MP went to the place, it was both NADMO and the armed forces that actually carried him to the place to go and assess the place. The armed forces have been working there all this while using the 48th Engineering Regiment of the Armed Forces. When the president visited the place, I was there personally with him. I then told the Navy that from what I've seen, they should deploy additional resources, not just around Sogokope where they were working, and Bato and other areas where they were working, but also to Mepe as well. So the Navy declared additional resources to the place. But over the last 2 days, both NADMO and the armed forces working on the ground operation decided that they should redeploy part of the military to other affected areas, particularly Bato and a few other areas, so that the other areas were occupied, because the Navy had brought in 30 soldiers to be working there, plus the 48th Engineering Regiment. And so that was the decision they took. I was a bit surprised for anybody to allude that there's an order from above. No, not at all. As minister, I've not given any order. My deputy is a member of parliament. He has not given any order. Neither has anybody given any order for the military to withdraw from the area. No, not at all. Okay. The military is to serve the people of Ghana. And as long as the people of Ghana have problems and the services of the military are needed, which I believe will always be needed, the military will be there to serve the people.
Away from that, an 85-year-old victim of floods caused by the spillage, Janet Giddy, is demanding the immediate reconstruction of her collapsed house. According to her, the conditions at the safe haven where she currently lives are not age-friendly as she struggles to eat herself. She laments the toilet facility at the camp is at a distance and squatting on it is a challenge due to her weak legs. With tears, Janet maintains the government must, as a matter of urgency, come to the aid of the elderly across the safe havens. Carlos Caloni has more.
Nya fukpa kata ovachi nya galagalacha akoru ana wakakala ngwale wata wonukwa ama dibelo wakakala mumanu nenya jina waje malabe yema do fi makika na kawa pamagala unti ho ablajo gbogbo ati ochichima o chaha atomagbe adrono jire ho po abe we chakra po abe 2 million 1.5 o cover makata o chichima akaba vala gbe do arele o mokpo maruga kobola no makliga malada kapomo.
The devastation of this flood continues to cause havoc to many, including children, the youth, businesses, but most of all, the elderly. Most of them are traumatized. That's the story of 85-year-old Janet Giddy. She tells me she lost everything, including her house in this flood.
A home, your hokatam, your no put with shishima. Kokru yomalanya pepe, a happy kokruama, oh, ha hokata, which is shema she a cordy. A camo royama vagie, yagia vave, or odola ruma, and your maula grandma the capomo, Kakanamuke. My woman vivete vignote bon lagosago, mami dadro, or la chuto. Ai drama, avai flanu, avada. Akan yo kata obeola mama ga moru ayi bli anu makata mi da ka pomo ajala ami anu gbogbo da kamala mi egbofa mo obe kanu ye jofie jidudu ayele pepe gale mi anu mi le jidudu na na ka pomo abi pepe la mutina no ta da ko mi le pri nu haha pri vevesese na wukagi na za dogi emiamro ya azwagba to hana ko avo akodola tafala amroji na wuk afo ta be matresi o kata o le vava matresi ma o le ha mi kpo de ko abi kama kata na pe ya be government e ko le pe le mienu ka kamila kama ha de ka pomo ta nu ma kata no fie be na wa no ji yi nani anya nu ye kata la afude nanya ala big besa na za to ha matama dalon ta pe ma mure ma nyonu mo matama dalon agboti ma daji ha mo pe ata nya koli pinya ta matama bobota nya foji da ha asu donu ta nya da ko marga lagi e pili vavasa pili hundada manya no kama wo anon ka ko mali ano ta mabu kaka asa ko ya do ifie nya ho ha gba na nya bi achie va dwovo hen fifi ani ma jora ki ma lelela hen ka bro be ma mran hen mala pe ka gi yako ma no enye hen kama ga kpalanti afifi ho ka tawo nga fiu ga yo boanye le hiema amala kama tayi ga ma ha o eta ma de be ma gre na jiduduo be alenya ho gba na ma jora ki fifi ma kwata pa wi ka jiduduo na kpalawunya ala be de viu ha football afinya pe mama o viu ki vivido tale mi chola ki fifi la kwa gi mi la he mi la kwa eta ji dudu na kpala mutinya abegi ma do fi ha machi maga do ala ka ha wo mo
doka wona
chama diagbla ya ka fifi vavata se o vala nya mata maga ta ma wona na ka hu Tanya nanka da kuma na fie. Me yenye ko close se ma anya mele ka pa. No va jo ko ha fifie wo chuno. Ma ga kpo da kan hu. Na anya ma gro ko nya be na nya be a hie va miele nya tefe ya mele. Gi ro na tu ho no. Ko ma ga no nya fa ho ma. Be de vio.
That's a story from Janet Gidi. She's 85 years old. She struggles to walk. Everything she has ever worked for in this life, including her house, is gone. What she survives on, little poultry, everything is gone. She's appealing to the government to come to their aid. She's just one of the many elderly people at this camp here at St. Kizito at Mepe in the Northern District of the Volta region. Carlos Caloni, JoyNews.
In a related development, the opening of the Lagoon floodgates and the sandbar at Azizaji has commenced to allow the free flow of the lagoon into the sea to mitigate the devastating flooding in the 3 municipalities of Keita, Angloga and Ketu South and the 3 Tong districts. This, according to the MCE for Keita, is to help avert any form of flood to the main and major roads that link the 3 municipalities as a result of the spillage. Ivy Setoji has more.
The MCE, Emmanuel Gemega, noted that it was important to highlight that any intervention should be based on sound scientific knowledge and expertise, which, according to him, have been done. He said there have been extensive consultations with all the stakeholders.
We have used the radios, even the DUFIA. No, you see, we can't say months. This decision to do something about the problem started some 2 to 3 weeks ago, where all manner of stakeholders have to be consulted almost at the same time. Where the DUFIA, even the DUFIA of Keji himself, was among the chiefs that we met with the Awamafia of Anglo State. He was part of them. No, I think this time is the right time. When anything is happening, any disaster is happening, you have to take time to do a thorough assessment. From a scientific point of view.
He noted that according to research, the water level in the lagoon as of Wednesday, 18th October 2023 at 8:13, the water level the lagoon was 1.376 meters.
So I think this time is the right time. And also for the fact that this is the time we have seen this threatening high levels of the lagoon. I say threatening because since I was born in this area, I'm not sure I have lived to see this high level over 1.8 meters. I've not seen that before. So with that, we quickly have to put in place measures, invite experts who will help us to know the decisions to be taken. So I think we are not too late.
Mr. Paul Selwa is the municipal engineer at the Keita Assembly. He has been speaking on the project.
We want to deflood the communities that have been affected in the flooding. There's a flood control structure meant for that purpose. So today we are going to cut the bridge into the sea and then open all the floodgates to enable the water to flow into the sea. As it states now, some of the gates are open. So we close all of them first. Then after cutting, then we open it. Then the water will flow with force into the sea. We are going to do monitoring. We monitor it because the sea will be a problem to us. But you want to fill our trench, so the machine will be there, opening it all the time. You look at the tidal waves also. When it's high tide, you will stop. If it's low tide, then you open. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to monitor it seriously.
Ivy Satoji, JoyNews, Keta.
Meanwhile, in light of increasing calls for the government to consider temporarily relocating the affected residents of the Sagleme Housing Project site, Information Minister Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah at a news conference emphasized the government's primary priority is providing essential assistance to the victims.
Priority number one is to ensure that our brothers and sisters who have been displaced as a result of the spillage and the floods will get some relief. Priority number two will be to ensure that they get some assistance in getting back to their livelihoods and their communities. I think subsequent to that, if there are any further conversations, government will be more than willing to listen and engage on those conversations. But government is currently focused on the first two priorities, which is assisting our colleagues who have been displaced, and then eventually when the water levels recede, assisting them to get back to their areas of livelihood. Like I've said, priority number one is to support people who are displaced currently. Priority number two is to get people back into their places when the water levels recede. And then subsequent to that, whatever else is outstanding can be examined.
Away from the floods in the North Tongue district, former NPP General Secretary, the late Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie, who was popularly known as Sir John, once made the statement, "Fear delegates," in reference to how delegates can smile in pretense toward an aspirant, take his gifts and assure him of their vote, only to vote against him in the end. "Fear delegates" has since become a famous statement, especially during internal party elections in Ghana. Ahead of the NPP presidential primaries coming up on November 4, JoyNews will be talking to delegates across the country to find out what influences their choice of a candidate to vote for. Upper East Region correspondent Albert Story has been speaking to some delegates in Bolga and has come through with this report.
I am here at the Upper East Regional Office of the New Patriotic Party. My mission is to speak to delegates of the party to find out what they have in mind as the party prepares to go into the November 4 presidential primaries to select a new flag bearer to lead them into the 2024 elections. Having early on informed the regional secretary of the party of my mission, these 5 delegates volunteered to meet me here for a conversation. They are constituency and polling station executives of the NPP in the Upper East region.
I am the Bolga Central Constituency Youth Organizer, and then I am a delegate.
Woman organizer, polling station woman organizer.
So you are a delegate?
I am.
I'm the constituency organizer and member of the regional communication team. I'm also a delegate.
Doro electoral area, woman organizer. Yes, I'm a delegate.
I'm a polling station secretary for Zanaro East electoral area. Yes, I'm a delegate, a polling station secretary.
But do they have other careers or occupations outside of politics?
Yes, I'm a farmer. And I do little business. Aside that, I am a teacher by profession.
Yeah, I am a teacher by profession. I do petty trading into Lucky Soap and so many confectionaries.
I'm the proprietor of Great Minds Academy. It's a school, and I'm also a farmer. I can tell you that I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a trader, and I'm working under youth employment afforestation.
Outside of politics, I'm an accountant. I work with Ghana Education Service.
It is a well-known secret that politicians during primaries like the upcoming one often induce delegates with money, valuable items like electronic appliances, food items, and even promises of appointing the delegates to certain positions in government. So I ask these delegates of the Upper East region, Would such inducements, if they are made, influence their choice of candidates to vote for in the primaries?
It's not about putting money. I am a farmer. I am a teacher by profession. I'm a businessman. Maybe the policy that the government or the candidate is bringing in place is going to influence my decision, and that is what we are standing for.
There's no amount of money that can influence my vote, because what we do or what we the youth should be looking for is competence. Somebody who you think he can deliver, not about money.
As a candidate, when he comes to me and gives me money, it won't solve my problem. I'm ready to go to Expert Bank for my pay. So you can't bring money to influence me.
For this woman, even her clothes and shoes alone are so expensive that it should send a signal to any candidate that her vote cannot be bought.
Look at my outfits. How much? My gladiators, or let's say long boots. How many pounds? Please. See there, I'm wearing long boots. My outfits. They are all in pounds, so let me mention in dollars. How much?
They are very expensive.
Very expensive. No amount of money can change my mind, can induce me.
So, what exactly then would influence their choice of candidates to vote for in the upcoming NPP presidential primaries?
It's the persona, it's the vision, it's the competence, it's an individual who understands the economy.
For the 2024 general elections, it's going to be a very crucial one. Don't forget that the former president is coming again and will need his own brother who will retire him.
Competence, affable. You see, we can describe this man and the wife. He's down to earth.
It appears they have all already made up their minds about who they will be voting for. But should the other candidates offer them money and other gifts in the hope of their votes in return, would they accept the gifts knowing in their hearts that these candidates won't be getting their votes?
For money, when you come and give me money, you need to let the person respect delegate. You understand? You cannot just come and give me money and say that after this particular person, whether I come out with a good policy or not, because I've given him money, he'll vote for me. No. I'll pick the money, or I'll take the money from you, they'll enter to the ballot box. I am my God, one God, and I'll do the right thing by voting for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
If a candidate come and offer me money, take and vote for me, I will not even take it. I'm not to vote by. But for example, if you call me to a gathering and you give me TNT, possibly I came with my motorbike, I'll take it and buy my fuel. But if you say take it and vote, I will not.
I will take it, but I will vote for you. Because I believe it's the taxpayers' money, it is our money, I pay tax, I will take it and I will not vote for you because you cannot vote my vote.
So, I ask every one of them, are you then a delegate to be feared?
No, fear delegates. It's not true, because when he comes with money, gifts, I will call it, because we are all Elephant's family.
Fear delegate is true. Sir John once said it. But the most important thing to understand is that it is one way or the other we, the politicians, who have made the delegates to behave like that. This election that we are going on the 4th November, the delegates or majority of the delegates know who will help lead the party.
Well, in the November 4 NPP presidential primaries, voting will be done in secret ballots, just like in every election in Ghana. And so, whether these delegates will do as they have told us or not, you and I will not be there to see. Albert Sorry, JoyNews, Bolgatanga.
All right. I'm back in the studio in Accra. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Let's remain here because management of the University of Ghana has unveiled fresh plans to constitute a committee that will seek to update the historical records of Ghana's premier public tertiary institution. For months, the university community has been embroiled in heated arguments after Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo stopped public debate by calling for the renaming of the University of Ghana after Dr. J.B. Dankwa, a post-colonial colonial politician and a founding member of his political tradition, who the president claims has played an inestimable role in the establishment of the university. As the University of Ghana celebrates its 75th anniversary, JoyNews' Blessed Soga sits down with Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Aba Amfo, who reveals that a team is working to update the historical record of the school.
The University of Ghana has been pursuing a vision to become a world-class research-intensive university, and after 75 years of that journey, many continue to bear the torch that was lit back in 1948. One of the many personalities adding to the unique blend of the university's rich culture and history is Professor Nana Aba Amfo, the first female vice-chancellor of the university, who I decided to engage as the school reflects on its role in nation building and development.
You're right. I'm just ending the second year of my tenure as Vice Chancellor. It's been an interesting journey, never a dull moment when you are dealing with the University of Ghana. And you know, I came into office at a very interesting time when we had the first female Chancellor, the first female Chair of Council, and then we got the first female Vice Chancellor. And I must say that it's also sent a very good signal for many young women out there, right?
The Center for World University Rankings in its 2023 ratings places the premier university on top of the League of Universities in Ghana and second to Nigeria's University of Ibadan in the West African sub-region.
Of course, we are glad for these, but definitely the University of Ghana has the potential to do even more, to have a greater impact. The university has built a vibrant community over the years. Its alumni, its students, its staff, a faculty. And when you are talking about the University of Ghana, everybody is interested in the University of Ghana.
As the university marks a milestone, Ghana's President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is amongst many who have called for deep introspection and acknowledgement of the selfless dedication of individuals who have contributed to the establishment of the university. According to the President, it will be wholly appropriate to describe post-colonial politician and founding member of his political tradition, Dr. Joseph Boakye Dankwa, as the founder of the University of Ghana.
It would be wholly appropriate, and not at all far-fetched, to describe Joseph Boakye Dankwa as the founder of this university, a fact which on the 75th anniversary of its existence should be vividly recalled by all of us who have been and are the beneficiaries of his work.
The comments of the President stoked debate amongst the university community. I put this across to Professor Amfo, who disclosed to me that a committee will be constituted in the coming days to accurately capture and reflect the roles many individuals may have played in aiding the cause of the university.
And actually we are in the process of commissioning, a team to update that, right?
Including Dr.
What the President was advocating for was for a renaming of the university after him, but that's something which is really, subject to a huge debate. There are various ways in which we acknowledge people who have contributed to the establishment of the university, and we have a whole avenue named after J.B. Dankwa. That's the major avenue in this university.
We've seen CK Tedam, we've seen it with other public institutions. The University of Ghana, some say, does not represent an icon that will inspire, the university community.
Of Ghana,
how about naming it after
represents the nation. It represents the nation, and this is a brand which is well known all over the world all of these years. It's representative of the nation, and that is it.
The full interview airs on The Pulse later this afternoon at 3 p.m. on the JoyNews channel. Let's remain on education. Pupils of 0DA Primary School and their parents are heaving a sigh of relief following the donation of sandals to the awards by Horseman Shoes Company Limited. Majority of the pupils hitherto walked long distances from their homes to the school barefooted. They do this even when the sun is hot and scorching, as well as rainy days. Following JoyNews' series of features titled Ghana Schools of Shame by Jojo Kobina, the shoemaking company went to the aid of the children. Rafiq Salam reports from Siru.
The donation of the 140 pairs of sandals and assorted items to 0DA Primary School by Horseman Shoes Company Limited came as a result of a documentary by JoyNews Jojo Kobina titled Ghana School of Shame. In the documentary, Jojo Kobina exposed a harrowing picture of the challenges that pupils at 0DA Primary School in the Wobbles district go through to have access to basic education, including walking to school barefooted. Headmistress of the school, Don Mahatibel, expressed joy over the donation amid painting a mental picture of the situation at the school.
Actually today, parents have to make sure they get some footwear they have kept down, or they have to force themselves to get footwear like Charlie for them to wear and come to look presentable. But most of our people, they come to school walking barefoot. You can imagine when the sun is hot, the child is walking barefoot. It's rain, the whole place is muddy, the child is walking barefoot. But still, with all this, the child still moves from home, come to school every day to be taught. So getting these sandals means that it will increase our enrollment, teaching and learning will be more effective, and people will enjoy coming to school the more.
Chief Executive Officer of Horseman Shoes Company Limited, Tony Sinaya, disclosed that the choice of the donation at the school was born out of the communal spirit displayed by the people in their bid to have their children have secular education, following a conversation he had with Jojo Kobina.
Seru made a very good impression on him, and that Seru showed a spirit of communal commitment to education. Even though it is an underprivileged society and community, parents and the community of the whole entire community of Seru show so much commitment to education. I was touched by this testament, and indeed, coming here, we have seen your commitment and the spirit that Jojo told me about. My brothers here and myself are very much touched to see the entire community being present to witness our small donation with school sandals of 140 pairs, which means each student here will get a sandal to wear. And also beverages from Cadbury Ghana. So they have Richoco and hot chocolate. And we also brought some drinks and biscuits for the students. It is just our token to encourage the community, and most importantly, the students, that even though we may be hiding somewhere in Seru, a village in the Wa district, Wa West district, people are watching, and we all feel a part of this community because indeed we are all one people.
The 0DA Primary School was established in 2019 by the community with the aim of stopping their children from walking long distances to other adjoining communities for education. The school, right at its start, has never been without challenges, including inadequate furniture and feeding of the pupils. Worst of it, a lack of proper classrooms, forcing them to use dilapidated structures which could pass for death traps.
The community, the PTA, the SMC, we are doing our best. We contracted school farms, we contribute foodstuffs, then some small amount of money to buy perishable goods, but our contribution is just not enough. As you can see, most of them are just farmers, and they are into small-scale trading and businesses. So we do our best, but our best is not just enough.
Residents of the community have expressed excitement and joy of the donation and appeal to corporate organizations and individuals to come to their aid. I am short of words. I can't just describe how I am feeling. The only message I have is for God to give them long life and good health. This help they have given to us, I am more than happy. You can see that I am visible shaking. My appeal is that other people should help us with school feeding and also build better classrooms. For the Chief Executive Officer of Horseman Shoes Company Limited, the donation won't be the last.
To us, it was something, a small gesture that we are coming to do, but it meant a lot to the community, and it gives us a sense of fulfillment and pride. And I'm sure it will spur us more on to do more. We may come back to this community, we may look at other communities. So yes, we are very privileged that the way they received us, and we are very grateful for that.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam.
Let's take a break on JoyNews Desk and return with business.
Hello, my name is Emma Davis, and it's time to do business. Consumers have been urged to look out for substandard food items and reject them on the shelves to avoid health complications during the festive season in December. The advice follows a caution from the African Development Bank over massive aflatoxin infection in many grains on the market. Speaking to Joy Business, the Dean of the School of Agriculture at the University of Ghana, Professor Irene G, said consumers must make a conscious effort to insist on quality, especially on food items.
Project that is about training, but it's also about sensitization. We have to sensitize the people we call value chain actors, and they are researchers, they are policymakers, they are farmers, they are traders, they are processors, and they are consumers. Sometimes we leave out some of the actors, especially consumers. You see, we drive the market. So if consumers are thinking health and they are thinking quality, then they will ask for it. And that is where we call it the supply response. That is what we want to bring to the table. That it is not only one group of people called farmers that we should always be shouting at. Produce quality, produce quality. If you produce, you put it on the shelf and I don't buy, you ask why. The next time you put quality and I buy, that is when you continue to produce quality. So for me, as a Dean of the School of Agriculture, I have been part of this project because I want to hammer the issue of quality, especially driven by consumers.
Smart Energy Solutions for Africa has begun deploying smokeless fuel energy innovation in some senior high schools in the Ashanti region. In partnership with the Akentin Apia Minka University, the project seeks to reduce the use of firewood to mitigate the increasing health risk of inhaling smoke from fuel wood. The long-term goal is to encourage the Ghana Education Service to adopt clean and climate smart energy solutions for cooking in senior high schools. There is more in this report.
Due to the adverse impact of wood smoke, the Smart Energy Solutions for Africa (SESA) has launched the biofuel stove made from agro waste in some selected schools. The ethanol fuel gel solution made from pineapple waste will be used in an enamel-coated aluminium stove for cooking. SESA project coordinator Magdalena Shikorska revealed the EU-sponsored project is implemented in 9 African countries.
And by our partners in Amistad, actually waste to energy has been identified as one of the technologies that we should focus on. In our entrepreneur call that we launched last year, we came to the conclusion that actually looking for clean cooking would be one of the technologies of focus, because we saw that there is a need in Ghana, and that was communicated to us by Amistad. So then in the call for entrepreneurs, we are looking actually for the innovative companies who could show interesting solutions.
In contributing to combating climate change and protecting the environment, the Kenton Apia-Menka University partnered with CESA to implement its carbon footprint reduction invention. The university hopes the Ghana Education Service will switch to using the clean stove for cooking for students. Professor Isaac Boaten speaks for the university.
It's green, it's very affordable, and it reduces the carbon footprint, the carbon emission, and it helped government of Ghana to achieve a target of 10% contribution for green sources by 2030 in terms of our energy mix. So that is what these projects stand for.
A solar microgrid was also handed over to 2 communities in the Ashanti region as part of the project. For JoyNews, Anita Sewa Ajogan reporting.
That's all for business. My name is Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. News desk continues with Aisha.
The Ghana Health Service is instituting measures to help roll out its network of practice approach, which aims at improving healthcare delivery through the primary healthcare system at the sub-district of the community. And the model of care, according to the Deputy Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Antonia Adofo-Ofosu, is designed to deliberately strengthen the various health centers across the country by building networks of health facilities at the sub-district level to support them to work optimally to strengthen primary health care. Anna Sabit has more in this report.
Over the past 2 decades, health system strengthening at the district level in Ghana has primarily focused on community-based health planning and services and the district hospitals, to the neglect of health centers, which in the district health system are to serve as a referral link between the district hospitals, chiefs zones and the communities. This weakness is a major obstacle to the implementation of the gatekeeper system as defined in Ghana's referral policy and guidelines of 2013. To help address this, the Ghana Health Service is proposing an initiative to develop a network of practice among sub-district health facilities to improve the quality of service delivery in the health sector. Dr. Antonia Adofo-Ofosu is the Deputy Director General of the Ghana Health Services.
To address all this and ensure quality care at the lower level and ensure that the whole life course is tackled right from cradle to death, then we need to really re-engineer the way we do things now. And that's why we are thinking of, this network of practice, where the health center become the hub of the service delivery at the lower level. Currently, they are more like competing with each other. Now we want to create a system where they are jointly held responsible for the health of the population of their catchment area and work together as a team, and it will ensure efficiency.
He disclosed that the network of practice also seek to increase access to quality essential healthcare, and health centers across the country will be equipped to provide the needed services to help reduce overcrowding at the district hospitals.
With the network of practice, we are engaging them like, look here, with this, you need to change the way you do your financing so that certain conditions can be brought down, and it reduces the travel time, it reduces the stress on the district hospital, and it will end up improving the quality of care, because now the district hospital will no longer be crowded. You'll be able to handle the emergencies more efficiently and more effectively, and the overall quality of care will improve.
Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Fred Admako-Boaten, on his part, emphasized that the new network of practice would address the issue of quality, especially in some parts of the region where there are currently no district hospitals.
Even if you look at the topography of Bunuis and looking at our context, where you have a lot of these facilities which serve these communities as chiefs, as community health at the community level, you wouldn't want your middle layer to be weak. Then you have all the cases. And why don't you want them to be weak? Because even they cannot even go to the hospital, the district hospital. Some of the communities even don't have the district hospitals. About 4 of the districts in Bunuis don't have district hospital. So it means that the concept is really going to address a major issue we are having, quality.
Regional Coordinating Director George Padmore Mensah reiterated the RCC's commitment towards helping realize this dream and asked that the various assemblies will be tasked to help provide the needed support to help achieve this.
You know, healthy citizens are the greatest assets any nation can have. So if we're an assembly and then we want to improve upon the quality of life of the people, health is key. And so at the next RCC meeting, Regional Minister is going to highlight on this. And there are some small support that we can give to our health facilities to be able to work effectively and efficiently. And then we are fully committed to that. I will raise it in the Minister's address, and then we'll discuss and see how the Assembly can support the health.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichiman.
And as I wrap up Joy News Desk this morning, my name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. See you again at 12.